in town, and my sound's laid down by the underground. I drink a bottle of Hennessy you got on your shelf, so just let me introduce myself. My name is Humpty, pronounced with the umpty. Yo, ladies, oh, how I like to funk thee. And all the rappers in the top 10, please allow me to bump thee. I'm stepping tall, y'all, and just like Humpty Dumpty, you're gonna fall when the stereos pump me. I like to rhyme, I like my beats funky, I'm spunky, I like my oatmeal lumpy, I'm sick with this, straight gangsta Mac. But sometimes I get ridiculous. I'll eat up all your crackers and your licorice. Oh, yo, fat girl, come here, are you ticklish? Yeah. Welcome in, everybody. Look at me, I'm skinny. It never stopped me from getting busy. I'm a freak. I like the girls with the broom. I once got busy in a bathroom. I'm crazy. Allow me to amaze thee. They say I'm ugly, but I just don't faze
Okay, fishing girl.
I'm still getting in the and I even got my own dance. The Humpty Dance is your chance to do the hump. Come on. Do the Humpty Hump. Come on, do the Humpty Hump.
Welcome in, everybody.
Do the Humpty Hump. Just watch me do the Humpty Hump. Yeah. Do you know what I'm doing? Doing the Humpty Hump. Come on. Do the Humpty Hump. Cause I get things cooking. You stare, you glare, you constantly try to compare me, but you can't get near me. Cause I get things cooking. You stare, you glare, you constantly try to compare me, but you can't get near me. I'm giving more C, and on the floor B, all the girls, they adore me. Oh yes, ladies, I'm really big. My nose is big. I'm not ashamed. Big. Hey, I get by the ladies, you know I'm in charge. Both how I'm living and my nose is large. I get stupid. I shoot an arrow like Cupid. I use a word that don't mean nothing. Like
welcome in, everybody.
And if you missed it, I'm the one who said just grab them in the biscuits. Also told you that I like to bite. Well, yeah, I guess it's obvious. I also like to write. All you had to do was give Humpty a chance, and now I'm gonna do my dance. The Humpty Dance is your chance.
Do you guys all remember when this song came out? Oh, me too, Pookie. Pookie, I bet my dirt is older than yours, sweetheart.
Let me tell you a little bit about this dance. It's real easy to do. Check it out. First I limped to the side like my legs was broken, shaking and twitching, kinda like I was smoking. Crazy, whack, funky. People say you look like MC.
Okay, Pookie, you win.
That's alright, cause my body's in motion. It's supposed to look like a fit or a convulsion. Anyone can play this game. This is my dance, y'all. Humpty Hump's my name. No two people will do it the same. You got it down.
Jackie, your kids probably know this song.
Funky.
I think that's enough of the Humpty Dance. Welcome in, everybody. Tonight I thought it was Friday. See, that's the blessing and a curse of being retired. Blessing and a curse. It's Friday. See, that's the blessing and a curse of being retired. Blessing and a curse. The blessing is when you're retired, every day is Saturday. The blessing is when you're retired, every day is Saturday. The blessing is when you're retired, every day is Saturday. But you just never know what the hell the date is, what the day is, anything like that. It has gone by very quickly. Very, very quickly. Our temperature, right, Tori? Our temperature, you ready for this, is about 47 degrees, Tori. Our temperature, you ready for this, is about 47 degrees yesterday. Right now we are at 66 degrees. Yesterday the feels like temperature was 100 and right now we are at 66 degrees. Yesterday the feels like temperature was 108, I think. So what, 50 degrees cooler? Yesterday the feels like temperature was 108, I think. So what, 50 degrees cooler? I mean, this is New England, though. This is New England. It's crazy. We haven't really. I think all the rain in New England. It's crazy. We haven't really. I think all the rain is up north from us. You know, I think because of the cool front, I think the rain is going to hit us tonight. I know we have a flood watch in effect. Um, but you know, I gotta say that there's always a turning point in the summer. And I was just looking at the long range forecast, and for the next like 7 to 10 days here in Connecticut, it's not supposed to get out of the 80s. Um, Let me see here. Let me see what the comment was here that I put. Oh, I wrote, new group of mods, huh? What happened? Did the other ones get a conscience? That was the first thing I put in her chat. So, yeah, she's got a whole new group of mods, Maggie does. Let's see what else here. The other one that I put in there was... Oh, no, that was the new group of mods one. Where are your babies? Back in the closet until Mother's Day? Maggie doesn't like anybody that's not $80 for fruit. Okay, now let's talk about something for a minute. Fake page. Hello. Hello, fake page. Now, let's talk about somebody, an adult, okay, who doesn't eat fresh vegetables and fruit and asks for $80 for fruit. Okay, now, $80 of fruit is a lot of fruits. Last night when my son and I went grocery shopping, I got 2 peaches, 2 nectarines, 2 plums. I got a watermelon, I got a papaya, and I got a golden papaya. And I want to say all that came up to about, I don't know, probably 13 bucks. So, I'm not sure what the hell she's going to do with $80 worth of fruit except be on the toilet for lots and lots and lots and lots of hours. Because when you're not used to eating, you know, fresh vegetables and fruit, that is going to wreak havoc on your colon. It's just a fact of life. So, hold on. I'm going back upstairs. So hold on. I'm going back upstairs. So the best part was like, I'm like, hey, where's all that fruit? So she started stuttering. I said, show the receipts of your fruit. Because she obviously didn't have them because she wasn't eating. And we know if she's got food, she's going to eat the food. So, she started stuttering and like feverishly looking at her pictures to try to green screen something. And she was like, you know, I got the proof. I'm gonna show you right now. I'm gonna show you right now. Fake page. Fake page. So what did she show? Oh, I don't know. Some like cart that had crayons and erasers and some other stuff in it. So somebody said in there, Maggie, that's not fruit. That's not your receipt. Where's your receipt? I ain't showing you no receipt. Fake page. So that was fun. And then of course I got muted. Maggie's not on right now. Maggie was just sitting there watching TV. She only had about 120 people in there. Interesting. She's usually got a lot more than that. She kept saying fruits. $80 worth of fruits. Whatever. So I guess that's getting delivered. But again, God bless the septic system in her apartment complex. She is going to literally destroy her bathroom later if she eats that much. Literally. Some other interesting stuff. I listened, I streamed some of Sean, but he is so freaking boring. I love how he crap again about, everybody, that streams him and all that. He's been watching me. I know that because he said himself he was watching today when we were talking about the whole Gaza scam that Pammy the Grammy has going. Watches. So what he must also realize is that we don't even talk about him. We may bring him up in passing. Somebody may say, hey, have you seen anything with Sean? And I'll say, nope, he hasn't been on. But from some of the things I'm saying, somebody may say, hey, have you seen anything with Sean? And I'll say, nope, he hasn't been on. But from some of the things that he still wants to get a truck because he said he needs it to go up to see his mom. What would be a better thing, Sean? You have a car that works, but you don't like it anymore. That's on you because you collected all that money a year ago for that car. So that car's yours. It would be cheaper for you, Shawnee, to rent a car. So instead of, unstable or anybody giving you money towards a truck, just rent a car for a week. How about that? And then you can come back to Texas and you can use your car. I mean, you don't really need the car because you're not doing anything. I mean, you said all you've been doing is watching movies. I gave you some good advice. Welcome in, Gingerbread. I gave you some good advice on stuff you can do. A couple of things you can do if you're bored. Well, you can get a job. Again, you can apply for a job. Just like pretend it's March, Sean. Pretend it's March and you're sitting in your car in a parking lot and you applied for 3 jobs. Why don't you do that again? Get a job, part-time job even, just so you can make a little money. Do that. You can go to those doctor's appointments you've been talking about for a year. Hi, Bonnie. Because let's face it, if you had gone to the doctor during this whole time that you've been off and used that as sympathy, oh, I went to the doctor. I have no clue, Patricia. I have no clue. It's been a year now. It's been a year now, Sean, since you needed to get better medical help. And you still haven't gotten it. What Sean has been doing is sitting on his couch watching movies and listening to music. So April, May, June, July, 4 months in an apartment. Remember Unstable said, it takes a couple months to get settled. He's settled. We already know how much money he gets from the government and how much his bills are every month. And we know for a fact that doesn't cover his expenses. So 100% he's getting money from somewhere because he can't pay for himself. He does not make enough money sitting on his rear end to pay for all of his stuff. So the question again, who is giving him money on the back end? Who's doing it? Is it one person? Is it multiple people? At this point, if there's people doing it, how they can sit there and they can finance an adult male who has literally admitted that all he does is sit around and watch movies, and yet they're still sending him money. Now, he said today that he doesn't need anything. I'm not on here asking for anything, yet he keeps saying, oh, I have 5,000 coin. 5,000 coin, not coins. 5,000 coin. So, yeah, you're asking for... I listened to him for like, I don't know, maybe 20 minutes, and it was just so freaking boring. It's just... It's actually really depressing listening to him, you know what I mean? Because he does nothing. It's just so sad just to just see an adult just do nothing with their life. I mean, absolutely nothing. And we all know he's capable of doing stuff, but, he has to continue that facade so people think that he's unable. I mean, absolutely nothing. And we all know he's capable of doing stuff, but, he has to continue that facade so people think that he's unable. He's capable of doing stuff, but watching a video of him that somebody posted, and the cat looks emaciated. The cat looks so thin and so unhealthy. I think I took a screenshot of it. It just doesn't look right, If the live is lagging, my suggestion is to go out and come in. I am in. I should be in a very good area for wireless right now. I'm not moving, so it should be pretty good. So that cat doesn't look so hot. And I don't even know if he notices it. Yeah, he said he wants to go see his mom because I guess his mom isn't feeling well. And listen, we've all gone through that, right? I've lost both of my parents. When they were sick. Oh, snark, 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 snark. So I heard Snark was crying earlier on the live. Welcome in, Sandy. I heard the Snarkster was crying. I didn't see her live. I mean, I just, I have stuff to do here and all that. I didn't see her live. I mean, I just, I have stuff to do here and all that. She can twist it any way she wants. Okay, I can guarantee you there's nobody over here that supports people passing away in Gaza. I am pretty confident that nobody follows me that would feel that way. I don't feel that way. She's got no reason and no basis to ever say, that I support that. I support a genocide, anything like that. She could say what she wants. Okay. I think Abu did break up with her. I got a lot of text messages from a bunch of people. Hey, Scam, do you want to come up? Because I know that you were listening to her. I didn't listen to her the whole time, so I'd rather have somebody that, heard it firsthand. Hello.
Hello, can you hear me?
I can hear you perfectly.
Okay. Yeah, I didn't hear the whole thing, but she was crying and saying that she couldn't believe. I'm just summarizing, okay? It's not word for word, but that she couldn't believe that she's ever encountered more vile people ever in her life, and she can't believe that there's vile people like us trying to stop getting these people help, and that what else did she say? That we were laughing about people being unalived.
Oh, Jesus.
From this whole situation, which, we never have. They said we were making fun of it and laughing. And so she's crying, and some of her friends were trying to console her and saying, you're the strongest lady on this app. You're the strongest woman on this app. You
God.
just keep doing what you're doing. And she was crying, and of course, people were throwing gifts at her. And then one of the gentlemen, I think it may have been a Bood, was in a box, and she was trying to like explain to him. She's like, yeah, there's this lady that, says we're scamming. She said it's been going on for like a week now, and I hadn't really told you much about it before. And I'm thinking, he's been in the box while she's been
Right.
saying all this
He
stuff
was
like
right
for a week.
away.
Yeah, so I'm like, what? She's acting like this is the first time she's telling him that anything's been going on, or that anything's been being questioned. And then he just he said something like, because I mean, it makes me think that maybe he does know some English, because then he responded back, "Crazy lady," and I
Right.
think that,
I heard that. Yeah.
yeah, and then he claimed that there were pew pew shots going on around him, and he was asking if they could hear it, and they were like, yeah, we hear it, oh my gosh, like, stay safe. And I didn't hear anything. I'm not saying it didn't happen, I'm just saying I didn't hear anything. And
Oh,
then he said that he had to be something like he needed to be careful. He was looking out for the helicopters, and he was unmuted, and he was, and the other people in the box are like, yeah, we hear the helicopters. And again, not saying that didn't happen, but I certainly did not hear any helicopters. And I've been around lots of helicopters. I didn't hear anything sound like a helicopter. That would have been very, very loud. And so it's just, it was really strange. She was crying a lot. I think she was just doing it for sympathy, for gifts, if you want my opinion.
it's called deflection.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, she was saying that we're vile and we're horrible, and, we're trying to stop, basically like trying to stop from them getting help, and she couldn't understand it. Which that's not what we're doing.
No.
Actually, like, we hope they do get help.
Yeah.
But the only way to do that, or even attempt to do that, is to go through a legitimate organization.
Again, like I said, she needs to go to the UN and tell them how she's doing it.
Mm-hmm.
Because if she's able to get money in, as a United States citizen, then she needs to share her secrets. It's simple as that. There's a couple things I want to read here, if you don't mind. So now, how should I show these first of all? Okay, let me show this picture here. I'm gonna change the aspect ratio here. Okay.
Yeah, and hopefully you saw some of the messages that I sent you.
Yes.
Especially that one video, which makes no sense at all.
Yeah. I one of the things that I want to show. I'm going to show some of these pictures. First of all, let's look at this. Okay, so this is part of that organization that Abood is part of. Okay, remember what Snark said, how, oh, they're getting food to all the children that are unaliving there, and all the women, and they're such great people. Okay. Unfortunately, though, this is going to Gaza cancer patients. Now, I'm sure there are some children that are cancer patients, but it's that's a lot of meat,
Yeah, I mean, she was trying to say that the food was going to, from what I've heard, she was
Yeah.
trying to say that the cow meat was supposed to be going.
Which this is not cow meat, by the way. This
Well,
is goat.
that's a whole other thing. But
This
she
is
was
goat.
trying to say that the cow meat was going to feed all these families, including all these children that are living in these tent cities, and encampments around there. Yeah, and at the beginning of that video, because that's taken from a video on Abood's page, in the
Right.
beginning it shows a bunch of guys wrangling a cow into a barn, and then all of a sudden you see these packages. So
And
they make it seem like this is from a cow.
oh my God. Let me read something here for you. The cost of cows in Gaza, a complex and evolving situation. The price of cows in Gaza is significantly influenced by the ongoing conflict and humanitarian crisis. Recent data indicates humanitarian aid donations. The Gaza Fund reported that the cost per cow was $2,971 in 2023. Another source from United Hands Relief listed a whole cow as $3,850. Reports suggest a drastic reduction in Gaza's livestock population due to the conflict, with up to 95% of cattle lost by late 2024. Somebody was reading today regarding that the cows are upwards of what, like $7,000 now or something like that, to be able to.
I don't remember. Maybe somebody in the chat remembers, because I did listen to some of her lives back when that whole, donations for the cows was going on. Does anybody remember how much they said they were paying per cow? Because I don't remember. I kind of thought it was like a couple $100 each, but I could be wrong.
Yeah, well, I mean, I'm very skeptical about the cow thing, because how do you show a video of having a cow and then you show what is clearly not beef? So again, it's red flags all over the place. Part of me thinks that maybe she's being catfished and she's being scammed.
Yeah, and look at if they basically don't have anything, how did they so quickly supposedly butcher the cow? Because they show them dragging a cow into a barn, and then they had all these packages of meat so professionally packaged, just like you were buying it in a grocery store, with those professionally printed labels. And then they showed a table. They showed a bunch of the packages on a table with a big, huge professional sign on it showing the organizations that had helped to give out this stuff to cancer patients. Of course, it had Abood's name and photo on this big professional sign that they made for this. I mean,
hold on a minute, Tammy. What do you need? Hold on, Scam. Did you see what Tammy said? I'm scrolling up right now. I want to see those labels on the meat again. Somebody looked them up already.
Yeah, Breezy, I believe it's on Abood's page. I think I had already sent you a screenshot of his account, possibly, maybe. It's in a video on his page, I believe.
Message. You know what? His account, it's Abood, but there's like a an emoji after it that we don't have here.
Yeah, let me check.
So Scam, thank you for looking for that. I'll show you the meat package again. These are all relief organizations, though, I believe. And here's a question, and this is something I was thinking about. You ever go to take a nap and then all of a sudden, like, something pops into your head and you're like, wait a minute. So where are they getting a color printer? I mean,
Oh, that's interesting. So I went to look at Abood's account and it says account not found. Did he block me? Or what? Why would he block
Snark is
me?
here. Snark is here.
Why would he block me? That's really weird. That's suspicious. If you're going to block awareness people, that is very suspicious.
Hey, Snark, is this the cow that you guys bought? Because that's goat meat, by the way. Oh, you told him to? Oh, okay. That's typical. That's typical.
She gives him orders, except for when
It's
he
goat,
needs money.
right.
Then he gives her orders.
Yeah, it is goat. What happened to the cow? What happened to the beef? I mean, I don't see any videos of beef anywhere. Oh,
Orders.
yeah, it is goat. What happened? I mean, I don't see any videos of beef anywhere. Oh, here's another one. Let's. Abood can deduct money anytime he wants from his TikTok gifts. You said that in a live. Anytime he wants. You said that in a live. You said he has access to that money every day, right? And don't block her. Don't block Snark. Don't block her. I mean, I would like her to be able to, make her comments. Did she get blocked or is she in here still? Did she get blocked or is she in here still? Well, let me read this. He has got some donations yesterday.
I posted his account name in the chat. I'll post it again.
So let me read this.
In the chat. I'll post it again.
So let me read this. The situation regarding cashing out TikTok gifts in Gaza is complex due to a combination of platform policies and local financial restrictions. Cashing out TikTok gifts in Gaza is complex policies and local financial restrictions. TikTok allows creators to convert virtual gifts received during live streams into diamonds, which can then be withdrawn as real money. However, gifts received during live streams into diamonds, which can TikTok takes a percentage of these earnings, which can be significant. Accessing financial services and withdrawing cash in Gaza is incredibly difficult due to the ongoing conflict and Israeli restrictions on cash flow and banking operations. This means that even if individuals in Gaza can technically earn money from TikTok gifts, they may face substantial challenges in physically withdrawing and utilizing those funds. They may face substantial challenges utilizing those funds. So, again, you said that he can take money out of his TikTok gifts every day. I mean, you did so. Again, you said that he can take money every day. I mean, you did say that in a live. So I'm just looking for some clarification. Sassy, let's be respectful in here, okay? Sassy, let's be respectful. No, PayPal cannot be used there. It's nearly impossible. She got off of she left already? I'm sure I'm blocked too, but I have a sneaky. So let me go check his account.
Yeah, so she tagged me using a fake account, like a 00 account, in a bunch of the videos. And so I replied me using a fake account, like the videos. And so I replied to some of the videos with some questions, saying like, wow, it's really professional, like labels and signage there. How did they get that? And I thought this was going to families and like, wow, it's really professional. How did they get that? And it's intense. Why is it just only going to cancer patients? And so I asked some questions on his videos, and now I'm blocked. And that's all I did was ask questions, and I got blocked. It was also interesting. They said they were giving out to cancer patients, but they didn't look like they were in a hospital. Questions, and I got blocked. They said they were giving out to cancer patients, but they didn't look like they were in a hospital. It looked like they were giving it, and they certainly weren't giving out the packages to people in tents. They were giving out packages to people in what looked like an apartment complex.
Wow.
That's weird. That's weird. It didn't look like it was in some like ward of a hospital with cancer patients. It looked like they took all of it to a huge apartment complex, and they were just going door to door and handing out packages of goat meat to people's apartments.
So, Snark, I have a serious question for you, Snark. Serious question. Snark, I question for you, Snark. Serious question. Do you 100% know that these two guys are legit? Are you 100% sure that you're not being scammed by these guys? Scammed by these guys? I mean, how do you know that? How do you know that these guys, show these water tanks, make these signs, but they didn't know that these guys show these water tanks, make these signs, but they know that these guys make these signs, but they and I did exactly the same thing they were doing. I showed the cows and I said, I want to thank everybody for donating money. I was able to purchase these cows and this and that. I wasn't being honest. How do you know 100% that these people are doing what they say they're doing? Sark, listen, I have no problem with letting you up, but I'm not in the mood to. Sark, listen, I have no, but I'm not in the mood tonight for swearing. I'm not in the mood tonight for name calling, for talking in a condescending. I'm just not in the mood for it. But I'm gonna let you up.
You act like I ain't got nothing. You act like I ain't got nothing else to do but fight you. You know that? I'm
Do you
sorry
see
that you
what I
have
mean?
everything going on in your personal life,
Listen,
but
listen,
ask me anything
and
you want
see,
about.
this is your problem, Pam. Immediately you come up and you're trying to start something. I'm being very serious here, okay? I am trying to understand, and I'm trying to see this in my mind as something that is A, legitimate, and B, something that you're not getting screwed by. That's what I'm trying to understand. Something that is A, legitimate, and B, something that you're not getting screwed by. That's it. That's all. Oh, you're trying. That's it. That. Oh, you're trying to make a taco? Okay, I'll give you that. If you'd like to, I think you muted yourself there. If you want to unmute, if you'd like to, I think you muted yourself there. If you want to. Okay. So, I'm being serious. Now, listen, I understand that you are passionate about this. Okay. 100%. I get that. But how do you know 100% that these two guys are legit? Because I've seen more than enough videos.
Ask me anything you want about a booth.
What videos?
Ask me anything you want about a booth.
What was that? I didn't.
Ask me anything you want. Ask me anything you want. What do you want me to know? Do you know that I have a picture of his ID? Do you know that I have a picture of his passport in my phone?
And it's real, right?
Yeah.
Okay. And what does that have to do with anything?
You're asking me what do you want me to tell you? Why would a man scamming people on the internet want me to have that?
because it could be fake.
Wait, can I explain?
It
Can
could
I
be
explain
fake.
Abood's position
Romance
if we're going to
scammers do
do
that all
this?
the time.
Can I explain his position if we're going to do this? Will you allow me to explain Abood's position? Will you?
Absolutely.
Okay, so Abood is a Gazan citizen, right, in the West Bank.
Yep.
Okay, so do you know the West Bank is occupied? Please don't act like you know things you don't know, and let me just tell you, okay?
Are you talking to me?
So
Was that towards
I'm
me?
talking to everybody in the chat, telling me
Okay.
that I'm being scammed. So, being there, right? He has no rights. He's not allowed to hold a job at all. He is only there. He has a house to pay rent on. He is not allowed to travel freely. He has to go through checkpoints daily to go everywhere that he has to go. He was there, right? He left Gaza to go to the West Bank because he had lymphoma. Okay. So
Yep.
he was receiving his treatment in Nablus. It's a place called Nablus.
I've
If you
heard of
guys
it.
want to get, yeah, okay. So he's in Nablus and he's receiving his lymphoma, and then October 7th happened.
Right.
And then Abood was not allowed to return to Gaza. Why? Because nobody was allowed to return there. Nobody was allowed to leave and nobody was allowed to return. So he's been stuck there for 2 years away from his entire family, including his wife. He lives in a home with him and his mother and an uncle of his, right? What else do you want to know? How many brothers and sisters are in
Well,
Khan Yunis?
actually, no.
Or
I do have.
his wife in Khan Yunis?
I do have a
Or do you want
question.
to know more about Bilal, who is in
I
Al
do.
Shifa
I do have a
hospital
question.
camp?
I do.
And there were,
Okay. Okay. So you won't stop. So let me get a comment in.
well,
Okay.
because this is absolutely insane.
Well, I mean, you wanted to come up here and talk, but you're not letting me talk. So can you explain to me why on the GoFundMe for Abood it says he has no family around to support him, but then you just said he lives with his aunt and uncle? And I mean, you said he has. I mean,
Did I not mention that that man has no rights? What gives you any inkling of an idea that his mother or his elderly uncle does? What would make you think that his mother or his elderly uncle would have more rights than he does?
can you answer a question without asking a question? On the GoFundMe, you said that he has no family around him to support him during this difficult time, but now you just said he lives with his aunt and uncle. That's what you just said, but the GoFundMe says otherwise. So is it a mistake on the GoFundMe that you put that, or I mean that I think I'm asking pretty easy questions.
No, this is crazy to me. This is insane to me.
Goodbye. Listen, if you're not going to answer questions and you're just going to keep saying this is insane to me, that's fine. You can say that. But you know what? You're not fooling anybody. You answer no questions. All you do is ask questions. You're giving us a story which we all understand what is going on. Okay? We understand what's going on there. You may think you're a lot more intelligent than everybody, but you're not. We do understand what's going on. But again, here it is. You just made more questions for us. Why can you say on a GoFundMe that I mean, I can show the GoFundMe where you say he has no family to support him during this difficult time, yet he's living with his aunt and uncle. So that just makes no sense. It just makes no sense.
And if he's not able to cross into Gaza, then how is all of this aid happening? I also, one of your followers here in the chat sent me a message and directed me to a video on Abood's page, and it's from July 16th. And it is a video showing smoke in the background as if something may be ablaze or Something happened in the background there. And it says BOMBING near us is the name of the video. And when you click on, so you can hear pew pew shots over and over and over again in this video. But when you click on the video and look at the original sound to it, why would you alter a video to add that's what's really going on when it's obviously not?
You know, I'm looking at some of his videos right now.
Yeah,
Okay,
look at the one from July 16th.
okay, let me. I'm scrolling right now. I'm more interested again. You know, Snark, can you explain how this was June 10th? How was this June 10th? I mean, I'll show you the date so you know I'm not lying. How is this June 10th? I mean, he looks like he's moving along pretty well. I mean, I don't see any checkpoints. He looks pretty comfortable. He doesn't look concerned about anything.
Oh, I just want to make a correction. That July 16th video is on Bilal's.
Okay, yeah, I was going to say I don't see anything.
So I apologize. It is on Bilal. His is BLALTOTAH.
Yeah, I'll go to that one in a few minutes. But okay. Again, this is a guy who can't go through any checkpoints. He can't travel. He can't move. Yet, as of June 10th, he's looking pretty fly. I mean, it's kind of weird. I mean, he doesn't even look like he is in an area where, I mean, I don't know the geography of Gaza, but I mean, it doesn't look like it's destroyed like, you know, the Gaza Strip. Right? That's weird. Let's see what else we got here. This is from June 7th. He looks like he's going to work. Nice shirt, pressed, nice coat.
Hey, Scammy, I wanted to come up and point something out to you really quick that we found, and this is kind of unfortunate, but when you run that picture of that meat through Google, it tells you that it is from a food distribution event held during EIADAL AUTA for Palestine, and the event was June 8, 2023 was the date of the distribution of that meat. And it was organized by the Medical Aid Palestine.
Yeah.
I sent you the picture in your Discord.
I got it. Yeah, I think I showed. I think I.
Yep, and we determined it when you reverse image search it. It looks like it's goat meat, not cow meat.
Yep. Yep. I'm telling you, you know, when every time Snark tries to defend what's happened, well, she doesn't defend it. All she does is, you know, talk very condescending and, you know, talks like you're a moron and doesn't know what's going on there. Okay. We know what's going on there.
I really wanted to hold out hope that, you know, this wasn't a scam, but after, you know, looking into some stuff tonight, she needs to open her eyes because it's very sad. I don't think she necessarily realizes it, but I think this is a very typical, almost like you guys said, a romance scam type thing, and it's sad. Yeah. But all right, I just didn't know if you guys had saw that before now, so I just wanted to point it out.
Yeah, I appreciate that. Thanks, and perfect.
No problem. All right, thanks. Bye.
Thanks a
Yeah, I
lot.
mean the only it is very similar to a romance scam. They always do have some type of elaborate story that goes along with it. They come up with a variety of crises, emergency type of situations, and we saw that happen tonight when he got on. He was there on live, and he said that there was pew pewing going around him, and there were helicopters flying, and he was saying, "Don't you hear that stuff?" And there was no sound of any of that. He was trying to create a sense of urgency, trying to get donations. The only thing that's missing here is, that he works on an oil rig. I mean, this is like,
Right, right. I just, again, more questions than anything. Snark, you can't explain how on the GoFundMe you made it sound like this poor guy is all alone. He has no family, and now we find out he's living with his aunt and uncle in a town that really doesn't look like it's been as affected as Gaza, as the Gaza Strip.
and
Now,
upon reviewing his videos, and not saying he would be upset and distraught all the time and all of that, but
no, of
for
course not.
someone who has been going through all of this and supposedly separated from his wife and children, and apparently, there are relatives of his that are being unalived every day. I mean, he looks like he's running around living his best life.
And how is he? I mean, does he even go? So he can't even go to the Gaza. He can't even go to Gaza because according to her, he can't travel.
Look at that professional signs that they have on the tables. Where did they have a way to make those? And look, all the labels,
How are they
professional
getting these
looking
containers?
labels.
Listen, if people can't even get food over there, how are they getting takeout
Yeah,
containers? How
containers and those professional labels. Oh,
how how are,
there's the
how are they
cow
how are
supposedly.
they printing out color posters, for these organizations? Look at cow, and then they show goat meat. That makes sense. Jesus. Like I said, every single time she shows something
Wait, you should wait and show the delivery process on that one.
on
Well, they
this,
make food. You probably could skip some of that, but when they show them delivering the food here on this one,
looks like DoorDash. So obviously they can get gas for their vehicles.
it's Goat Dash. Goat Dash.
DoorDash. So they can get gas for their vehicles. And they can get all these takeout containers and plastic bags and all the meat and the vegetables for this food, which is great. If there is an if everything is blocked, I need to know what your secret is, Snark. How are you able to get done what the UN can't? That's what I want to know. But again, every time you ask her a question, what do you get? You get a question. You don't get an answer.
You see when they get to the whatever this is. I mean, I think they're trying to imply like it's like a hospital, but you can tell it's not a hospital. They're literally going and knocking on doors here and giving it out to people. Hospitals don't look like that, and you can see the
No.
stairwells along the outside that leads to different levels of this apartment building.
So I don't see any kids that are starving that they're helping here.
Yeah, and I don't even see cancer patients. I'm confused. I don't see the families. I don't see cancer patients. I don't see any of that.
Somebody just said it's cancer patients. It's not, well,
Patients all live in one same apartment building. All the cancer patients live in one apartment building all together in apartment buildings.
how are they cooking meat in a hospital? Yeah, that's true. Yeah, it looks like an apartment building.
If you look here for a second, you can see the stairwell because part of the apartments are out, like the hallway is outdoors kind of, and
Oh,
At
And
one point, you
P.S.
even see him smoking a cigarette. I don't think they can smoke in a hospital.
One of the other things I appreciate it, Dawn. Thank you. I can tell you too. That's not a hospital. Look at the size of the elevator. Elevators are much bigger because you have to be able to roll gurneys in there. That's not an elevator in a hospital. No way.
Wait till you see the stairwells and stuff.
That's
And
a
honestly, I'm
that's a
not saying
normal
it's
elevator.
and
That's
I'm not saying that it's dirty there or anything like that, but it certainly doesn't look sterile like a hospital would be.
right. Right. Oh, this is a pile of crap. That is not. I
Look,
mean,
you can see the stairwell like in the background there. Look, it's just a multi-level apartment building.
and again, the biggest giveaway is the elevator. That's not a hospital elevator. Jesus. Unbelievable. So here's more water. Thank you, Mohammed. May Allah reward you. Thank you, everyone. Okay, so that has nothing to do with that. I want to find out how much it like how much is this water? How are they getting the trucks in for these people? Because again, if nothing can get in there,
One question I asked on his videos is, what is that organization, Americans Against Injustice? Because I Googled it and I couldn't find that that's any legit organization at all. So what organization is that? Who runs that?
well,
What
you just
is
said
it?
it's water for life.
Okay, but I've never heard of that,
Right, right. So
organization.
Americans for Justice is not a known organization to donate to. So pretty much it's almost like they just came up with a name. It's not registered anywhere. Um, Americans Against Injustice. Huh.
The chat is saying that that little picture on the sign is like a TikToker's picture or something there. I don't know who, but
Which one? The little one there?
yeah, I think they're saying that that's a TikToker's profile picture. I don't know who. Sassy Virgo's profile picture?
I don't think so.
Saying what the chat said. I don't know.
It is hers? Oh, it's her old one?
Odd.
Hmm. Weird. Oh, here's another one. Which one does this say here? I can't read it. Let me see if I can. Oh wait, Americans Against Injustice, was that the name that organization?
Yeah, but I Googled it and I couldn't find anything about that. And then I had sent you, yeah, that's the picture I sent you. Look at the brand he's wearing. Balenciaga?
Wow.
He's wearing a Balenciaga sweatsuit. What? I don't have that.
And this is another guy now. Wow. Snark, listen. I mean, I'm going to tell you what, Snark. Every day, everything I see, and every time you open your mouth, it gives me more questions than answers, considering you don't answer anything.
Tammy's pointing out, she says he sells furniture. I did see some videos on there about some really fancy, expensive looking furniture. Um, but I mean, she says that he doesn't have a job. So I don't know. I was wondering what all of those videos are with all the fancy looking furniture. Tracy said that's a $4,000 sweatshirt. Wow. Or is it your sweatsuit? I guess.
Oh
Sweatsuit.
my God. What brand name is that? Both men were very successful, yes. Yes, I know. I think Abood was a dentist, and I think Bilal was a businessman. So this is the same logo, different country, different people now that donated. And this is okay. This is from May 1st. May 1st.
Yeah, he got some swag, huh? And they have lots of water to water all the plants in that garden.
Poor Abood. He's stuck. He has no family. He's trying to survive. He's trying to help his family out. He can't be with them. He's all alone. So this was May 1st of this year. Okay, so that is 1.5 years after the war had started. Or I'm sorry, it's not a war. They don't want to call it a war. So a year and a half after all of those Israelis were taken hostage and killed, and then Israel, fought back to get them. So the conflict, yes. So this is a year and a half that he hasn't seen his family and his wife. Here's another one. We live in a country where freedom is haram for us. This was April 22nd. Is this where he lives? Because this doesn't look like what he just showed. Wow. So that water company there is making bank, huh? Again, I'm just same thing again. Distributing water. I've just got more questions than answers. April 15th.
Oh, he's looking slick there. Got some expensive shoes on and matching jacket.
Pammy, Scammy Pammy. I just want to remind you this isn't Tinder, okay? Dude's got a wife who he hasn't seen for a while. This isn't a dating app. Oh, Jesus, she's live. Oh, boy.
Don't forget about Bilal's
Yeah, we'll check that in a minute. Let's hear what let's hear Scammy Pammy. She's gonna crash. She won't be on long, so she's gonna crash out because we're mean and vile. Although what we're doing is we're just, she won't be on long, so crash out because we're mean and vile. Although out because we're mean and vile.
I think that they can, and I don't know how to get it across.
Well, you know what would be helpful if you actually answer.
Has been around from this. They don't. I know, but at the same time, they don't want the truth. And
No.
I can't believe that 300 people don't want the truth. This they don't. I know, but at the same,
No.
I can't believe that truth.
We do. You don't
There were
answer it, though.
times,
I'm telling you.
300 and some odd people in there. And I can't believe that 300 people.
Here's the conversation. Two people. You say, "Oh, I have a picture of his passport." Who cares? It could be a fake passport. I mean, has she ever heard of people being scammed before on the internet? She gives no. You ask a question and she answers it with a question. What information did she give us regarding, like, to help us understand it? Nothing. She said Abood lives in the West Bank. He can't get to his family since it happened in October of 2023. And she said. What do you want to know about? Well, we'd like to know this. And then she asks a question rather than an answer.
Who is going to say, right? I can't even believe that I have to go over this. I really don't believe it.
Can you
But
draw us a picture?
who's
We're
going
so
to say
stupid.
to me, support him, and then in the next breath say mother and his uncle? Who says that? What?
You said it,
I
Snark.
think it makes sense because
You said it. Do you want me to
his
show you?
family is dying in a genocide.
They're dying or they've passed away.
So
There's
who
not
do you
dying.
think,
There's you're alive or you're not.
supported Abood's mother when they pulled his 3 nephews?
Oh, listen. Listen. I'm not going to listen to the sympathy stories. Yes, it's horrible, but you know what? You are lying. You're lying. I will pull up your GoFundMe where it says he has no family or friends to support him during this difficult time. And that was just 4 months ago. But now you're saying he's living with family. So you brought that one on.
Is in Con His mother and his uncle are in the home with him. Who do you think is supporting Abood? His wife, no, she's in Con too, fighting every day to stay fed, trying to miss every bomb that drops. So, who again do we think is supporting who? Who's supposed to be supporting Abood?
Abood looks absolutely distraught with
Nobody,
everything that's
because
going on with
Abood,
his
in
family, by
fact,
the way.
is
For
the
somebody that has so much time to be on TikTok in your boxes multiple times a day, sitting there and collecting gifts.
maybe being able to imagine that. I don't know. Can I put anything else into perspective for you?
Yeah, show the
Because I'm
receipts.
trying to say this without emotion. And it's really hard because I have a lot of emotion behind it.
A sucker is born every minute.
I'm trying to say this without emotion. And it's really hard because I have a lot of emotion behind it. I've probably heard it
Otis,
earlier, right?
he does not speak English because he does not speak English.
Another human being speak about somebody like that, and I wasn't able or given the chance to explain to her why the things she's saying are so harmful.
Really.
And I don't think that anything's going to stop it because
did anybody see her not able to talk and to tell us what's going on? No. The problem is she's not.
She's condescending and
really,
and she doesn't want the truth. I can talk here. It's my platform, man. I can say, I can answer any and all questions.
Of course, you won't
know.
Do it here, though, right?
Doesn't answer any questions on her own either.
Your classy girl says BS. Like, hold on, because as usual, I don't look at comments and don't block anybody. I'm going to change the background to something that I can see easier.
I'm going to move. I'm going to go down to my workshop, so it might get a little funky, but give me a second.
I'm sorry, I was making tacos and riding a 70-pound child on my shoulders around the house. This isn't something.
Well, maybe you should go do that, Snark, right? Maybe you should go back and do that.
If she was, or afford that, because I don't know, I heard some things there about that situation too regarding finances. So
Listen, again, I can honestly say, based on United States, she doesn't like the fact that tax dollars are going to Israel to, for their defense, which I did look up today, and that is true. What she failed to mention is that the United States is also sending billions of dollars for aid in Palestine. She didn't mention that one. Okay, so again, she's putting in the information that bolsters her position rather than taking a look at both sides. Okay, here's someone that hates this country, hates the military. Our tax dollars are being spent there, and then she drops the bomb that she's homebound. She takes care of her daughter, her granddaughter that she's raising. Right. Well, like Guardians of Valor said, okay, and I'm gonna go to my 100% accurate. I have to. Okay, it's not that 100% accurate. I have to not that line. I put so many videos up today about this. Give me 2 seconds, folks. That one.
I also want to point out, I don't want to name names, but if you've been watching any of the streets lately today while you're looking for that, if anybody's been on the TikTok streets today, there was another creator that was calling her out for this today, and that person said they're going to contact the FTC, I think.
Mm-hmm.
So there's other people calling out this Gaza scam.
Yeah. I can't find his comment right now. Maybe this is it. Let me see. Okay, here it is. This was Guardians of Valor comment. Okay. Imagine being an American who openly admits to hating our country, but has zero problem mooching off taxpayer benefits like SSDI, food stamps, and medical insurance. This person goes live every damn day begging for gifts, claiming she's sending them to Gaza, all while fully knowing that 60% of those gifts end up in China. Then there's the 20% lost in taxes. Even if she even bothers reporting any earned income, and the remaining 20%, who the hell knows? PayPal doesn't even operate in Gaza. So in her infinite stupidity, she sends the money to two random men she's never met. To top it all off, she sets up multiple GoFundMe accounts claiming the money is for aid. How the F is this even possible? Governments can't get aid into Gaza, but this lone woman from Pennsylvania somehow bypasses the State Department and all NGOs. Wake the hell up, people. She refuses to show any receipts to prove where the money is going. Can you say scam? And then, all she does, because I tag her on all these videos, all she does is come over and puts little smiley faces. That's it. That's her defense of what she's doing. Smiley faces. That's her defense.
Human being. Human being. Anybody worth answering it? There is nothing I can't answer.
You didn't answer a damn question.
To anybody worth answering it to.
Oh,
and
so
and
we're
let
not
me
worth
go on
answering
record,
to it.
and this is really gonna burn your butt.
No, it's not. I'm still waiting to sit.
Don't even answer
This
questions
is
from the
really going to
donors.
burn your ass. And let me turn down the music, and let me even go
Are
somewhere
you using
where,
that kind of language
where
in
it's
front
a
of your
little even
granddaughter?
more quiet, and
Are you
so that
really doing
everybody
that?
can get a good solid recording, because I never want my words to get mixed up, because when I say something, I mean it.
Oh, really? Like he has no
At
family?
this point
Shut
in
up,
the
Snark.
juncture, right, where we are right now, even if a donator asked me for proof, I would tell them no.
Wow. Good. You heard it here,
And
folks.
here's my reason.
So anybody who's considering donating, she's never going to show you where that went.
Make you believe that what we did was a scam, then you don't deserve anything from me.
Okay.
Not
Okay.
one thing.
Yep. Mm-hmm. You got.
I'm just saying that if this is going to be a bandwagon that people are not, and I do not owe anybody anything ever.
Of course you don't, because you're scamming people, and you can't show the proof.
All right, let's go over
That's all the
your.
scammers say.
That's what
he
they all
doesn't
say.
have a car. He doesn't have a car.
Really?
Okay, so
He doesn't have a car.
We'll further this education.
Oh, here we go.
Do you think? Here's another thing that bothers me because of you privileged, ignorant people.
Condescending
Do
as
you
usual.
not think that these were two very successful men?
No, we know they were.
Prior to the war. Put a 1 in the chat if you believe that these weren't two successful men 2 years ago prior to this war. Do you believe that Palestine is a third world country? Put a 1 in the chat if you believe that they were. You guys love Google. You love Google. You fucking love
question.
Google.
How does everybody in her live know that they were successful based on what she
Before
says?
Israel got a hold of it, can you go and look what that? Can you? I don't understand this. Did you look at Bilal's
really
content? Did you look at the furniture he
you.
used to make? He told me he lost $138,000 during this war. What more do you want from these men? What more do you want
He
from
also
these
said
men?
that all this money
Put a
is
1 in
going
the
to
chat
aid,
if
but
you've
you won't
ever
prove it.
heard me say that Abood is in the West Bank and has access to things that other people don't have access to in Gaza. Please understand when I'm telling people things, please. He has nothing, Diana. He has nothing left. You think that's his home in the West Bank? That's not his home. He has nothing left. You think that's his home?
But he's living with his relatives. You're making it sound like this guy.
How does he know they're living in tents? How does he know where his family is? Can he call them on his cell phone?
How?
Do you want it in a picture book?
And my other question is this: she's making
want
it
it
sound
with
like he's there on the front
subtitles?
lines buying water and distributing shit.
Do you want it in English and Arabic? Is in the West Bank. That is not Gaza. Abood is in a privileged position, and Abood recognizes his privilege by trying to keep his family and other people.
Then why was he
Gaza
live earlier
alive.
today saying that there were pew-pews and helicopters?
Exactly. How is he helping people in Gaza if he can't get to Gaza?
You're sick people, man. You're sick people.
That's a good point, though, Scam. If he's in a safe place, why are there helicopters and pew-pews?
I'm trying to answer as many questions in my own
answered
life
nothing
where I'm
over here.
comfortable and I
Shut
can
up. And
answer
300
them
and
on my
something
own
people
accord
saw
and not
you.
when somebody's demanding something from me. So if anybody has questions, now's the time to come and answer. This is a
really?
Q&A.
Oh, okay.
Right now, anybody, I don't care. I cannot talk to Scam Slam. I cannot talk to Scammyclaus.
Because you won't answer
anybody else
simple
that is sitting over
questions.
there listening and going,
Of course
I
not.
really have this. I really have this question. I don't know.
She said she's not answering anything
That's
for
who I'm
people
looking
over
for.
here because we're calling her out. This is how scammers
And if
absolutely
you really
insulate themselves from tough questions.
invested and answer, then now's the time.
Exactly, Sky. She's live right now, yes.
Because this is the best of me you're gonna get. Because the anger I have built around this is going to come out, right? It's going to come out. I can't keep it in. So as of right now, it's a good time
Now
if you're
you're
trying to
gonna crash
discuss
soon.
something with me.
You're gonna rage quit soon. We know that. Exactly. And you know, there was somebody that she was calling out. I think it was a couple of years ago. Somebody told me this story. Somebody named Missy.
I'm gonna give it like 3.
Oh, there's that.
I don't know why he can't get a job, because I just looked it up and it says, yes, there are jobs available in the West Bank, though employment opportunities can be affected by the region's political and economic situation. The public sector is a major employer, including several organizations, including UNRWA, offering opportunities in areas like education, health, and humanitarian relief. Additionally, there are programs aimed at driving job creation through initiatives like Development Impact Bonds, which have successfully placed
I
youth in
didn't ask
employment.
for
So why can't he
unsolicited
get a job?
advice. And you don't have to call me or message me or anything, but we know. But I love your whole face. I didn't ask for unsolicited advice. I only asked for real questions. That's all.
Real questions. So why are you lying?
See, again, these are opinions. I'm looking for people that are seeking out like.
I have a
actual,
question. You said
answers.
Abood had no family and he was all by himself and he can't take care of himself and he needs help, but he's living with family there in the West Bank. Answer that. That's a simple question.
Ask the people in charge, right? Ask the people you vote for. Think about who you're voting for, because you're screwed either way, right? Because you're screwed either way, right? Across the board, because views and they're strong. So, and I don't care if you don't like them. But I'm not here to push my political views on you. I'm here to answer questions for 300 and some odd people.
Why did you leave then?
Questions for 300 and some odd people that want to sit around.
No, you don't want to answer questions.
And I'm not going to give it all night. I'm not. Because
I turned her down from it. You don't want to answer questions, Snark. You came over here. I let you have a box. You were condescending, and you wouldn't answer a question. All you wanted to do is talk about your talking points about how Abood's in the West Bank and he's fighting cancer and his family's in a tent, and you won't answer questions. You won't answer questions.
I want to point out that Crafty in the comments says she spends her free time harassing me over my cell phone.
Yeah, I read some of those. Or we played the recording today, too.
Play Kiss My Wounds.
Kiss My Wounds and similar songs on Amazon Music.
Hey, Snark, I think you should look into what the Patriot Act is. Juby, they don't speak English. Very rarely do they speak in there, and when they do, based on what I've seen, they have a hard time understanding. It's not mine.
That has been showed of the meat is from 2000.
Imperfect Survivor's in there now. Let's see what she says. That's her wireless, guys. It's not mine.
It says it's for cancer patients.
Yeah, you're right. It was for cancer patients. Hold on.
Oh, okay. So it wasn't for poor starving children.
Yeah, that's not what she said when she was collecting money.
Exactly. Right, Sky? Right? Delivering the food looked like an apartment building. Because I don't know of a apartment building that's just solely cancer patients.
Hey, can somebody send me the picture she has?
Sure.
In Snap?
I have it.
Yeah.
When you run
Send
it on
it
Google, it says it's from a organization.
Wait a minute. What? Hold on. When you what?
When you search it, it says it's from a
You reverse
Sign. Okay, hold on. Let me see if I can figure out how to.
Let's see your defend this one.
How do I green screen in a box?
Turn your camera on, go to effects, and then the little green box will come up with an arrow. Hit that.
Yep.
Let's all just remember. I'm just gonna.
No, I'm just
go
genuinely
with
asking.
this.
Like, I'm just,
Yeah,
because
well,
I hear a lot of people are
because
really confused about it. And I just want to ask you, you know, like, are you, like, so this is what it says.
oh my fucking lord!
Oh, what's the matter?
I'm
Please
asking you to
come back with
explain.
something with. No, I'm not. You know what I'll do? I will get off here. I'll go. I'm not going to let you bring up a
Sorry,
Google
you
search
said
here.
it.
Yeah,
I'm not arguing with you.
You're bringing up a Google search on
No,
on
that's
what?
not that's a Google search, but it's from the information off the package of meat that was posted.
What? Somebody put the year the war started.
2023. We know that. What the hell does that have to do with anything?
I mean, is that not a recent
Somebody put
picture of the food?
somebody that knows what year the war started. Put it in here.
October 7th, 2023.
Anybody. I'm asking anybody at
October
this point.
7th, 2023.
Anybody that has knowledge of what year the war started.
Okay, but that picture is being perceived as something that has been passed out now, like not when the war started.
Well,
It
did
was.
Did you see the symbols underneath?
It was a video on a booed site.
Okay, hold on.
It's a video
I mean,
on a
like I
booed
said, I'm not
site.
trying to
Yeah,
argue
it's a
with
video.
you.
Recent video.
I know. Well, you
For you
can
to clear it up.
and here we are. Yeah, but I don't know why we're Googling things. That's where I'm. That's
You
what
told
I'm
us
mad
to
about.
Google
That's
things.
what I'm mad about. You want to know why I'm mad? That's what I'm mad about. People are picking apart people that are in a genocide and perfect
Oh my
survivor,
God,
and you
shut
came up here
up.
with a Google search because I'm going to answer. There are 3 pictures underneath there. What are they of?
Who cares?
I don't know. I don't have a screenshot of what's under it.
Who cares what the pictures
I'm
are
sorry. Then I guess I can't explain it
of? Oh
to you.
my God.
Where's the
Okay,
meat?
so do you
There you
see
go.
the one right there? The second one
shit,
in,
where'd it
it
go?
says Americans Against Injustice.
Yes, which is
Hold
not a
on.
real organization. Right.
Ready to go.
Not a real organization.
Okay. Which label?
Okay, so do you see the second symbol in?
Yes,
It's
Americans
the
for
dove,
Injustice. It's a
and it
fake.
says Americans Against
Yes.
Injustice. That's
Yes.
us.
That's
Okay,
us?
you see, there's
Have an
also
organization
a
called
Malaysia,
that.
a team from Malaysia, a team from Indonesia. This effort didn't just start in 2025. These are just the new members, right?
So why
These
is
are
the
ones
video
that
from like a month
contributed to
ago?
these meals. That's my team's picture right there.
Your team.
We're present in
Does
2025.
not have a nonprofit called that.
Then why is it on a
Anything
package
else?
from 2023?
Because it's from
Answer that question, Snark. Oh my, see, she can't answer it.
They have a date on meat, like an expiration date, so to speak. Is that not what that means?
Watch, she's gonna drop in
Like when the
perfect.
meat was like packaged,
Hey,
maybe the date's different. Not
do
really.
you guys want to see it? Okay,
It's
well,
goat
I have
meat.
that.
But
I
it's
have
goat
it.
meat.
I
What does that have to
it
do with
because
anything?
can you mute, please? Because I have to explain something.
Oh,
It's
here she
important.
goes. Here she goes again. She's got to explain
So
something.
I have the video of the cow being slaughtered and all
Who
that.
cares?
So I want to explain something because we're disrespecting something that is
Oh God.
and that's bothering me too.
Oh God.
So that's a really
Here
important
we go.
Here comes the crying.
for Abood, for his family, for his people. It's a very important holiday, and we're disrespecting it.
No, we're not. We're
actively. I
asking
just want to say
questions.
that. But you know, I have the entire thing on video.
What does
so
slaughtering
if
a
you
cow
would like
have to
see
do
it,
with this meat
I can
package?
show it to anybody that wants to see
This
it.
is Snark.
I can show you all the behind the scenes stuff. I've tried to
We
actually,
don't
but
care
nobody
about
really
it.
wants that. They only want to try to
Deflecting.
be hateful.
Deflecting.
So, in fact, that Duchess of Dallas has a picture. This is wild, right? Do you want to talk about it? Hold on, I'm gonna take care of this really quickly.
What does this have to do with her? Now,
Deflection.
What does slaughtering a cow have to do with these meat packages that Snark says are from 2023 or 2024 that has,
I don't know how else to explain this to people.
because you can't. You have no answers because you're
I
lying.
Honestly feel like you just need to like take a breath and realize that people watching.
No, I'm trying.
Concerned that you're being
First of all,
taken
you
advantage
act like
of.
I'm just sitting here not doing a fuck thing, right? That's first of all, you're being disrespectful
Oh
as
my
fuck.
God.
What? How is
Now
that
you're being disrespectful.
By asking questions?
disrespectful by saying people are concerned.
You are
with you.
imperfect.
Oh
How
my
is that being
God.
Because you
disrespectful?
act, I'm trying, I've explained, I've answered every question, and now
Oh my
and I
I don't
God.
even know why I
She's
am.
answered no
No
questions.
questions.
You said if anybody had questions to come and
You
ask.
came
and I
up
see a lot
here
of
because
questions.
you came up
So-
here for a reason, and I know
Right,
what the reason
to
is,
ask a
but I hope
question.
you have a
You
good
said if anybody had any questions to come up and ask. So that's what I did. And how are you
Yeah,
saying
but
that
it
people are
was.
concerned?
Good night.
Good night. And she's going to drop her. And she dropped her.
I still didn't answer any questions.
Nope. Oh, here comes Smashley now.
Hey, girl. Can you hear me? Anything, Smashley. You can, I promise.
Oh, okay.
But I just was like, I was just listening, and like you said, anybody could ask questions. And then once somebody did start asking questions, it seemed no, it was because it was imperfect. It was
It was because it was
But
imperfect.
if you do have questions, Smashley, I'm open for them. No, yeah. I guess I don't know your relationship with her, but for somebody that I just don't know the relationship. So I was like, well, why are we telling people to ask questions and then we get upset? Yeah, it was just weird that it was her. It's just weird that it was her. I expected like maybe somebody I didn't know.
What,
like
you expected like a softball question, like?
I was told that somebody who has potentially donated a lot of money to this organization, when they asked for receipts, you said no. Is that true?
Yep.
Okay, that's Duchess of Dallas.
No, that's not.
Would you be willing to let?
He wasn't going to show proof to any donors.
It'll be like a little bit of light reading, and then you'll be able to.
Oh, so you're going to
you
send
can
Smashley something.
Where I am with that, I think you'll understand right away. I just feel like if people that are donating, like I totally stand with you when you say if you haven't donated anything, really you shouldn't be asking questions, right? I totally get that.
Wrong.
I
Not when
stand
you're
on
in
that,
awareness.
But, when I heard that there was potentially somebody that was donating money, didn't get receipts. Right. So I want to talk about that. I really do, because it's also another point of contention here, because I feel too, because I feel like she's a victim of Scammy, because
Oh, God.
she just went in and believed
Oh, my
everything
God.
and ran with it. I'm just going to send you what I have, and then we can talk about it. Possibly, but I do think that even if it's on the back end, you should, in my opinion, I already offered. Receipts, that was already offered.
No,
I
you
can show
didn't.
her right away. I can show you absolutely.
Yeah, no, you send me whatever, and I'll read it. I'm not trying to come at you sideways. I just, I appreciate you.
No, because here, Smashley, and I want everybody to realize this. This is what I'm looking for. And Smashley is probably one of the best people to do it with, and I have no problem doing it with her.
Okay, for sure.
Right?
I'm not going to like stream it or any of that. You know what I mean? Like we can absolutely just have a conversation.
Can we make that agreement that like what I do?
Yeah, absolutely.
This isn't to be put out there.
Yeah.
Huh.
And again, I'm not even asking for receipts. But I mean, like, but I kind of rubbed me the wrong way. I'm not going to lie. Snark that that I heard, but it's a telephone game, you know what I mean, where somebody says something and then they say it, and then
No, it's legit, Smash.
Okay, I understand, but I really want to make this point. I would really rather that you reserved any other any kind of negative connotation until after
If
receiving
anybody
everything
knows,
that I stand. But I really want to make this point. I would really rather that you reserve any kind of negative connotation until after
if
receiving
anybody
everything
knows
that I
or
give
is
you.
friends with Smash,
Any kind of negative connotation until after
if
receiving
anybody
everything
knows,
that I
invite
give
her.
you.
For anything.
And move forward accordingly.
For anything.
Accordingly.
Mercy
for
and
anything.
accordingly. Oh, yeah, well, I can't. So why would you bother?
All right, girl. Well, I appreciate it. I'm not like
you bother.
all right, girl. Well, I appreciate it. I'm not like I said, I'm not trying to come at you sideways, but all right, I'm going to drop down.
Well,
Thank
I'm
you.
here. Yeah.
So remember how she said she feels sorry for that woman, right? She feels really sorry for that woman. I'll play the phone message she left
I
that
have no
woman
problem
again.
sharing everything with Smashley.
Of course not.
So, Duchess of Dallas, that will be put to rest by the end of the
Really?
evening.
Really?
Now, it is 10:30. I have no more energy left for this. So what
I don't
am
either,
gonna do
because
is
you are
get
just
Smashley
exhausting.
I know, God help me. If I took a day off, the amount of stories that would be out there, right, to go over all of the fuck shit again. I absolutely can't wait. I'm like a kid on Christmas Eve right
Oh
now.
my God.
I can't tell you how fucking excited I am.
You sound it.
Fucking excited I am.
What to start scamming?
Fucking excited I am.
You sound it.
That I am.
What to start?
Sound it. That poor woman, I feel so badly for her. Okay. You want to hear how badly she feels for her? Let me pull up the recording she left on this woman's phone. Okay, this is the woman she feels so badly for. I gotta find it here. Okay, here it is. Here's the recording. Let me turn it up.
Here's the thing. I'm going to make this really clear, right? I ain't got to prove myself to nobody. I don't, because I'm confident in who I am and what I did. You should be confident in who you are and what you did, right? The only reason that this is even happening is because Scammyclaus is mad at me because I sit with Florida Man. Ain't that kind of crazy that she's attacking a humanitarian effort? Because she doesn't like me because of who I associate with?
Nope.
Lady, you need to get a big picture as to what's going on here. You're literally being played. Those men got that money to stay alive.
Clothing in a car, living on the West. Clothing in a car, living on the West. Clothing in a car, living on the West.
That everybody on this team had tried the internet. Do you get it? Do you understand that? Because here I am. Do you understand that? Because here I am. Understand that? Because here I am. Because you believe everything you hear. That's obvious. That is obvious.
She believed
This is
what you were
wild to
saying.
me. Absolutely wild. But if you would like to turn law enforcement onto it, I would love nothing more than to show them where that money went, lady. Because this is wild. It's the internet. The woman doesn't like me because of Florida Man. And here we are. Actively fucking killing people. Do you get that? Because this money, the donations that do come into that GoFundMe are actively keeping those babies alive.
What babies? What babies?
Right.
What babies?
Do you come into my lives every day when Bilal is in there showing you his children that do not eat? Are you seeing that? No. But you are attending the live lying about where that money is going. You're going to feel awful at the end of this, right? You're going to feel awful. And that's what I'm going to wait for.
Oh, but remember she just said she feels badly for her? Very strange. Strange behavior, Snarky. So she's not going to show people the receipts, okay? She's not going to show people who donated the receipts. But she's going to send information to Smashley. Now, knowing the way Snark shows her proof, it's going to be somewhat like the way Maggie Foster tonight showed proof that she ordered $80 worth of fruits, and her proof was showing a screenshot of stuff that she bought from a wish list, which were crayons and erasers. She bought from a wish list, which were crayons and erasers. Crayons and erasers. That's the kind of proof. She's probably going to show Smashley videos of kids that are dirty and getting water and stuff like that, and there's going to be no proof. That's what it's going to be. This fake organization, that's not a real organization because it's not, you search for it and it doesn't exist. It's a name that they came up with themselves to make something look legitimate so people would donate to it.
So any donations made are not tax deductible or anything like that because they cannot provide any type of EIN for such organization.
Yep. And again, around that I showed that Scam told me was on Abood's page, showed people delivering meat. Okay. And this was just a couple months ago. Delivering meat to what said cancer patients in a building that's not a hospital. It looks like an apartment building, and they're knocking on doors and giving meat out to cancer patients. As working elevators, electricity, people are living in it. It doesn't make any sense. And to top it off, she said, oh, well, that was from 2023. And Imperfect flat out asked her, well, then why is your logo on it if you just started this year? And what did she bring up as her defense? Best defense ever. Did you see them slaughtering the cow?
Yeah, and look, remember earlier today, when we were talking, I was asking for proof about earlier today.
Scam, did you see the slaughter of the cows? Do you want to see that video?
Yeah, so she tagged me in that.
As we show packages of goat meat supposedly being delivered to children that are starving in Gaza, and yet it's people in apartment buildings. But did you see the slaughtering of the cow?
Yeah.
You know, I'm telling you. And again, the coup de grace. In fact, let me find the GoFundMe again, okay? Let me find that GoFundMe. So I'll show it to you guys again. So she can try to talk.
Don't forget about Bilal's account, because she tagged me in a couple videos on his account too, which are not proof of anything. One of them is just a video of a plane flying overhead. She tagged me in it. And I was like, that looks like the plane that just flew over my house an hour ago. Like, it's just the plane flying in the sky. Like, there's videos on his account too, including that one that has the fake sound effects on it.
Jesus. I want to file. Is this Abood's GoFundMe? Let me see. Okay, that's Bilal.
Bilal's account is the one that has all the fancy furniture and all that shown on it too. And one of it was posted June 16th. But she's trying to... That's recent.
Here is the GoFundMe for Abood, okay? That she made. Support Abood housing, food, and medical care. Abood doesn't have a housing problem. Abood is living in the West Bank. He doesn't look like he missed a meal, that's for sure. So let me read this. Abood is currently facing an incredibly difficult time. He has been displaced from his home in Gaza, where many people are struggling to find safety and stability. On top of this, Abood is in cancer remission, which makes his situation even more challenging. Without a stable place to live or access to regular medical care, every day is a struggle for him. Bullshit. He has housing. You just said tonight he's living with family. We see pictures of the West Bank. Scam looked at job opportunities in the West Bank. The West Bank is not as bad as the Gaza Strip right now. Abood is alone with no family or local support to help him through these hardships. These are her own words, guys. The funds raised will go directly towards securing safe housing, providing food, and covering essential medical procedures that are critical for his continued recovery. Every contribution will help Abood regain some stability and hope as he works to rebuild his life in the face of overwhelming obstacles. There is no mention here of his family. Doesn't mention his wife, his kids, nothing. So on the 25th of July, today while seeking aid, Abood's brother suffered 2 broken legs, and a second brother had to have 8 stitches in his head, all while trying to get food for their family. Abood's brother needs both antibiotics and something for his pain. And there's still people donating to it. Wasty Casey did.
Needed that update that you just read.
That was July 25th of this year.
So just a couple days ago.
Funny, she hasn't made any updates since then. On July 22nd, the situation in Gaza is now catastrophic. Abood is struggling to keep his family from this famine. So now the family has been brought up. After the original GoFundMe, the GoFundMe was started in May.
She said she's live again.
Oh, Jesus.
Been confirmed. I'm just reading the chat. Abood's pages like ABOOD.ANA.404, I think.
Okay, hold on. Let me see if she's live again. Oh, she is.
More and more.
Jesus.
Yeah. Yeah, this is a large size.
Where are you, girl? Hold on, let me put her name in there so I can get it.
So many different accounts.
Yeah, I know.
Oh, Guardians of Valor says she forgot to mention I have a picture of his fake passport. Oh.
See, we're supposed to be out on the balcony looking at the moon, right? So, hey,
So why don't you go do that with your granddaughter?
I heard that there was a statement made that somebody was going to reach out to the IDF. All right. I don't have the clip yet, right? I don't have the clip yet. I'm coming, sweetie. I'm coming.
Did any of us bring up the IDF? I don't even know what the IDF is.
I don't know.
I'm going to find out who it was. First of all, hi, Clucking Chaos. And I also consider that a threat on my life.
Oh, come on. Talking about threatening a life, you said you were going to off
Because it's
me.
about to get a little more
What the
serious.
hell's she talking about?
Because,
I have no clue.
You heard what? FTC? What the fuck is that? I heard something
Federal
else.
Trade
That's why I'm waiting
Commission?
on the clip. But
Here's somebody who
it's-
claims
that
to be
was-
so intelligent,
that
but
was
she
a
doesn't know
different-
what the FTC is.
And that was a different creator. That was not here.
Nope.
That was a different creator that I heard earlier.
I don't know if that was the Valor guy, if he's trying to use his military position here, but I probably
But
wouldn't
it was a
advise
creator that was
I
live streaming her.
Wasn't it Mike?
But I
Was it
definitely
Mikey?
Not
wouldn't
me.
to
You
use
said it, not
live
me.
I think it
because
was Mikey.
that's wild. Or
Mikey said he was calling the FBI.
whatever federal agencies
On
that
the FTC,
you
and he
feel
tried
you
to
need
call
be
them on live
talking
stream.
about. I couldn't really give. See, I'm
For the
trying
day,
to
so
do
he
this
said he
as
was
a
going to
group,
call back
so-
tomorrow.
Yeah, I
That's
don't
what he
care.
said.
Well, you know,
I
I hope
hadn't
she
mentioned
clarifies
that
that because she's put out
prior.
so false
But the
information about me.
IDF, if I hear the IDF, if that's what I hear in that recording, then it's going to be a completely different story.
It's real simple, Snark. We've already caught all of these discrepancies with what you're saying. All these discrepancies. You won't answer any questions.
Serious shit. You shouldn't take
when somebody
stuff
asks
like
you,
that lightly. I
when
try to
somebody
talk to you
asks
guys
you a
about
question,
what's going
you
on
don't
in this
answer it.
country, but y'all really don't listen.
Yeah.
Hello, Snark. I'm a monster. Had some questions if you catch her one day to explain some stuff I told her. Yeah, monster? I don't know. Let me talk with the Smashly.
You like how she picks and chooses who she's going to answer questions from?
Now they're saying Mikey said it, so who knows? All right, well, I'll find out who said it. All right, well, that was just all I wanted to say about that. Thanks.
And now she's off again? I'm going to tell you what, Snark. It is 10:44 at night, and you keep popping on here for like 2-3 minutes at a time. It's not helping your case. Every time you come on here, you're not answering any questions still. And when people ask you questions, what did you just say about Monster? I don't know about her. So if you won't take questions from, you only take questions from people that are friends of yours, that is another red flag. Another red flag. Guardians of Valor, what were you saying about the passport?
I think he said that he has a copy of it and it's fake. I think that's what he said. I think he said that he has a copy. I think that's what he said.
Okay, so he has a copy of the passport. And you checked it out and all that, and it's not real, or it's doctored or whatever.
I mean, this is another thing that we see all the time in romance scams. There are lots of times that the victim, does ask for proof of who, they're speaking with, and they end up getting a fake driver's license or a fake passport or something. And we've watched lots of those type of romance scams on my platform in the past. And they actually point out like the inconsistencies with how the photos are, with date of births, with the print that's on them, that they don't have legitimate seals on them, like all kinds of things, and they point out different things to look for so that you know whether they're real or fake.
Scam Slam, can you show the screenshot?
Whether they're real or fake.
Scam Slam, can you show the screenshot, Tammy?
It's I'm not sure what the date on it is though, but it has to do with the Israeli army withdrawing from Nablus. I'm not sure how to pronounce it. I apologize.
Yeah, no, you have that right, Nablus. Yeah.
After brutal military operation in West Bank City. So,
Guardians of Valor. Did you say you have a copy of the passport? Did you say you have that?
I'm so sorry, Duchess. Duchess said she even had me crying. She's been trying to make Duchess feel bad for asking for receipts and harassing her about this.
Yeah, yeah. And that was the recording that I played a little while ago. That was, and I played that recording of her pretty much calling her, not very smart and all that other stuff. I'm reading the comments right now. The passport, Israel and Gaza. Would you, Your Honor, would you be able to cross out the passport? Would you be able to anything else that's on the passport? And please know that. I mean, I'm not gonna put your information out there. I don't play that game. Listen, like I said, I don't have it. I was just repeating. Oh, okay. Oh, I thought you said you had it.
I thought you meant you said I have a copy.
Listen, like I said, it's really simple. If she is an organization, okay, then if it's an organization that is collecting money, they should have records of how much money they've collected. Okay. We know it's not a real organization. It was her who probably came up with some really catchy, name for an organization that sounded legit. And she's an organization, C3. You can't claim it as a donation on your taxes. It's simple, okay? Again, I posted today where I donated to a fund is sanctioned. It has been vetted by attorneys where you can send money to an organization run by the UN based here in the United States that gets, the money is used for aid in Gaza. Now, again, I understand that there are problems, okay, getting the aid into Gaza. I get it. Yes, UNRWA. Yep, that's who I donated a little over $300 based on all I got from you guys, and I appreciate that. Now, I took a picture of my PayPal for July with all the money that I got from TikTok, and I posted that on my TikTok. Show all my receipts. Why can't she do that? It just makes no sense, because you know what? That would end all this. And, it's funny now how I'm not the only.
Scammy, I don't know if you heard her this morning, but I guess she saw that you made that donation, and I heard her kind of scoffing at that and implying that you donated to like an invalid type of organization, or some organization where the funds weren't, it
Right.
was
She said,
legitimate.
good thing you wasted your money because it's never going to get here. But again,
Right.
as I keep saying, here's a grandma from Pennsylvania that met two gentlemen on social media that she trusts. She doesn't know them, but she trusts them with other people's money. And somehow the UN can't get supplies in there. Other aid organizations can't get supplies in there. But Pammy the Scammy Grammy can get the funds in there to Snark. You're an amazing person. You need to go to the UN and you need to tell them what your secrets are, because you can end this whole crisis. You could end the crisis of kids starving over there by telling the UN how you're getting your stuff in.
Scammy, I just received screenshots of two other TikTok accounts that look like they might be Abood's as well. I mean, they look like his pictures.
Can you post them in the Discord?
Yeah, it
Because then
looks like
I can pull them up.
it looks like it's the same. I mean, it looks like it's the same person, unless they're fake accounts, but they look like legitimate accounts that are. He just has like multiple or something, maybe.
We could. I mean, we all have multiple. You could. But, the other thing, again, in terms of that same thing, I found multiple GoFundMe's for Bilal. Multiple. I haven't taken a deep dive into Abood yet to see if he has multiple ones. She is Mother Teresa.
Yeah, but like on this one account, it looks like it's a screenshot from a live where somebody sent him like a big gift, and it's more of him like, looking like he's living his best life type stuff. So,
And
yeah.
again, listen, I want to put this out there again, and I said this at the beginning. Pammy can paint any picture of me that she wants. Okay, she can do that. She's put out so much false information already. But let me say again, there is nobody over here that agrees with what is happening in Gaza. None of us do. None of us like the pictures that we're seeing. To be honest with you, when Palestinians moved into Israel, they took hostages, they pew-pewed a lot of people, they were going home to home, gathering people up, and took them as hostages, okay? That was horrible. That was horrible. I remember seeing that at the time, thinking how, and listening to interviews with family members where, some of their family members were taken hostage and all that. Israel had the right to go in there and to save the hostages. Absolutely 100%. I believe that. I remember talking to my wife about it and saying, okay, they got the hostages back. Why are they still bombing them? That was the whole thing. Israel go in and do and get the hostages, save the hostages, go back to Israel. Okay? We all know what's still going on there. It's not right. I mean, none of this is right. But to paint me and people in my life as being stupid and not understanding what's going on, it's the same playbook that the scammers use on calling people names, not answering questions, putting false jackets on awareness creators because they're putting the heat on you, never shows receipts, changes the stories. I mean, it's the same thing. Right. And again, Dawn, again, she's talking about how much money that the United States sends to Israel. Yeah, there is a lot of money going there. But you forgot to add how much money the United States is sending in aid. But I know you'll turn that into, they're not sending anything. And even if they are, the aid can't get there. Just stop. It's very simple. And I'll say it for the 1 millionth time, Snark. Show how much money people donated to you. And I'm not talking about the GoFundMes. Those GoFundMes are sketchy as hell. And the fact that your PayPal for those has your name on it, but it's getting sent to somebody else's account, that's illegal, first of all. Second of all, you're collecting money on your own PayPal, and you're using that money to send somewhere. It's super simple to just do what I did today. Take a screenshot of it. How much money have you collected? How much money did you transfer to somebody? How much money did that person transfer to somebody in Gaza? How he's doing it, I don't know. But show the receipts of what's been purchased. It's as simple as that.
Well, I just received some information. Apparently, there is a TikTok account that is either called what's weird, Americans Against Injustice, or it's part of the title of their TikTok account. I got to look at it more, but so this TikTok account has a link tree. Oh, I just came across it. It's abood underscore ANA underscore 1998. It says Americans Against Injustice, and it has Abood's name on it. And when you click on that. There's a GoFundMe there, but there's also there's a link tree somewhere that's linked to that account, and there are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. It looks like hold on, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. There's 5. It looks like there are several GoFundMe's there, and there are also links to like Bilal's page. There's a link to Abood's main page. There's a link to Pam's page. There's a link to someone called Clout Chat Chasing for a Cause. I think they also have been collecting money as well. There's like a whole link tree with several GoFundMe's and then links to all these other pages. They look like other pages of Bilal's, other pages of Abood's, and then Pam's, and then that clout chasing person. It's really strange. It's like they're all of them.
I don't think this is the same Abood. I'm going to show you a video here. I don't think this is the same guy. I think they look similar, but I don't think it's him.
Yeah, I didn't look at them in detail or anything. I was just kind of passing it on.
Yeah, I don't think it's him. I think it's somebody totally different. But
I'm saying clout chasing for a cause is Pam. That's what they started it as. Wow.
Wait, what is the name of it?
Clout chasing with a cause.
Clout chasing. And this is on TikTok?
Yeah, there's a link. Let me click on that. Let me see if I can get to the link for it.
Oh no, I got it right here.
Oh, okay.
I just pulled it up. Is it this one here? Yeah, American.
Yeah. And then there's one that's Americans Against Injustice, and that one's run by Abood. Because it has Abood.ana, and it just has a different number on it.
Like, so he's in charge of this group. It's his page.
Hold on, I'll get you the link. Give me a second.
Wow.
There's what's weird is there's a GoFundMe for someone named Mahmoud Maroof, and like that one is like posted on this Mahmoud Maroof's own page, and Mahmoud person posted or reposted the same video of them guys riding in the car for name on it.
Wow. I wonder how much vetting Scammy Grammy did before she got involved in this. Like, did she actually look in these two guys and was starstruck because she could finally plant her flag on a cause and become passionate about it without actually doing any research?
Okay, so I just sent you a link to the Americans Against Injustice page, and what's weird is it does have that profile picture that we were discussing page, and what's weird is it does have that profile picture that we were discussing as part of the logo.
Sassy Virgo wants peace.
That's really strange. So that takes you to that other page, and there's a whole GoFundMe on that page. I don't know if it's different or if it links to one of the same ones, but I mean, I'm getting so many different messages of so many different accounts, like multiple accounts, multiple people who are starting GoFundMe's and fundraising, multiple accounts for all of these people that all link together in a way.
Yeah, the Abood ones are not. It's not the same guy. The two that you sent are definitely not.
Okay, hold on. Let me send you this other one because this one, yeah, he tagged that Mahmood person in this next one.
And Imperfect, it's funny. Imperfect sent me something here on Discord. Okay, and again, it says their meet is from June 8th, 2023. So again, Snark made it sound like it's her group, my group. My group just got involved this year, but yet the logo on the meet is supposedly her group's logo, but they didn't start till 2025. Very strange. That meat was delivered on, wait a minute. Tell me something. Guys, when did it's not really a war. When did it start again? When did this whole thing start? What year and what month? What year and what month did it start? 2023 and what month? October, right? This is the date on the meat. This was before it even started.
June 8th, 2023. Before that incident.
Before this whole thing started. And this is what was on that label. Organized by medical.aid.palestine. Wow.
They're saying that that's Ramadan. Yeah, something that I read on Google said that specific date had something to do with something that they celebrate during that time period. And
that's Ramadan holiday.
So similar to like if we do something where we have like turkey giveaways for Thanksgiving. You know what I mean? It was like something that
absolutely.
was on.
That's Ramadan holiday.
So similar to do something where we have. I mean, it was like something that was honor of whatever holiday or event they were celebrating.
I'm going to tell you what, Your Honor. You said that you have a passport over there and all that. So that date is the start of Ramadan. So that was meat that was given out in honor of the holiday of Ramadan in June of 2023. So why would they use that video making it look like the money that's being sent there by people like Pammy? Why are they making it seem like this was just? Yes, I'm aware of that the holiday, Your Honor. Thank you too. I am happy to have your insight in here. I appreciate it. But why would they use that video to make it look like these are donations that have just happened when it happened 2 years ago and it was before this conflict started? So again, another question that needs to be answered that she won't answer. June and October, yep. Right, I saw unknown. Yeah, I saw that. I saw that it has Sassy Shannon's picture on it. Sassy Virgo, yes. My God. All these people always saying, oh, you're such a great person. Oh my God, you're wonderful. Oh, you're the strongest person I've ever known on this app. No, you know what I think? I'm hedging more towards she's being scammed and she doesn't even realize it. That's what I'm hedging towards.
Scammy, I sent you via text message the stuff about that other gentleman. It shows that he reposted that video of those guys in the car, and then it shows his account where it links to a GoFundMe for himself. I'm checking my messages unknown. Yeah, my messages unknown. Yeah, I think that's the video you sent me. I'm aware of that. Yeah, there's another lady that is collecting money for these guys. Lady that is collecting money for these guys too. I'll send you the link to that, Scammy.
Yeah, can you do me a favor though, Scam? Can you send it into Discord because I can't access my text messages when I'm live.
Okay, give me 1 second.
Yes, thank you. You know what? Knowing what I know about true Islam, Your Honor, you're 100% right. You're 100% right. You know, percent right. You know, not right. That many people in America don't understand. Don't understand. Don't know what it's all about. And one thing that we have to realize, and we see it here in the United States. People that follow religions can follow it in a number of ways. People that are Islamic, based on, as Americans, what we see with terrorism and all that, that's not all of Islam. Jewish are not all Zionists. Just like here in the United States, you have people that are Christian, but there's different types of Christianity here. And Pammy likes to say, everybody brings up Hamas, Hamas, Hamas. Everybody in Palestine doesn't have a connection to Hamas. And to kind of pigeonhole everybody in a religion as one thing is just disgusting. But again, wow, Joe Marie. But again, the hypocrisy of it all is this woman hates the United States. Okay, she hates that our tax dollars are being used, as she says, to push this genocide that's happening. And is a genocide happening? Sure as hell looks like it. She says we're supplying so much money to Israel and they're killing babies and all this. But again, what she doesn't say is the United States is also sending billions of dollars in aid. So and of course, she wants to come across like, this wonderful person. She's humanitarian. She's humanitarian. What humanitarian says to a fellow American citizen that she wants to off them? She's a humanitarian for people that she likes. Humanitarian for people that she likes. We've heard her talk. We've heard her talk to people. I've heard her in other people's lives being absolutely nasty. We've heard her condescending. We've heard her deflect from questions. She says that she'll answer any question that doesn't ask any questions or doesn't answer any questions. Now she'll only answer questions from people that she likes. She won't share any information. She won't share receipts. She won't share anything to people that actually donated too, because she doesn't feel like she has to, but she's going to send information to. And Duchess, you have every right to ask. You have every right to ask. Every right to ask. And that just goes to show you the type of person she is. Because you questioned where the money went and you didn't feel comfortable with it, she belittled you. Exactly, Axel. She doesn't like what the Americans are doing. Our tax dollars are going there, but she sure as hell likes the tax dollars paying for her to be able to stay homebound, as she says, taking care of her granddaughter. So make that make sense. If she was so anti-government and she was so anti-tax dollars going, if she had actual balls and really stood 10 toes down for this, she would say, I am not taking SSI or SSDI, whatever she's on. I don't like this country. I don't like what they do with their money. I am not feeding into this. But I'll tell you, I sure as hell bet every month she gets that check, she's very happy.
Yeah, and I truly believe that, if people do legitimately need assistance, I mean, I'm glad that the government does have programs to provide assistance, for individuals who need it, for healthcare, for food stamps, for cash
I do
assistance if
too.
necessary.
I
I'm
absolutely do.
yeah, I'm all
But
in
when you're
favor of
trashing,
that.
when you're trashing the country,
Yeah. Yeah, and
and
my point was going the government providing all of the medical assistance and whatever services are necessary for herself and her family is not cheap. Um, and I don't know. I feel like there are some individuals who are getting that assistance that should really be grateful that they are getting some of that. Become I don't know. I feel like there are some individuals really be grateful that become they are getting some of that, because some of that stuff is worth a lot of money. Like any normal person who would be working would have to pay a lot of money out of pocket for those type of medical services and everything else. You know what I mean? We'd have to pay a lot of money for that, and they're getting that, and kind of take it for granted.
unknown. I see what you're saying. Type in. She has 2 pages. So there are definitely she has started 2 GoFundMe's. Yep. Yep, one for each of them. There are things that you're supposed to do before you give money to somebody, and there are things that you give money, and it's going over to a foreign country. If you read about and you do your research on organizations that that you can donate to, it always says, especially sending stuff to Gaza, that they've consulted with an attorney with the proper way to get funds over there and to get aid over there. And there's reasons for that, because the most important thing is they don't want people sending money to organizations that say that they're one thing, but it's actually Hamas. And that's what's happening. I mean, it is happening. It is happening. And Hamas is widely known around the world as a terrorist organization. And they want to make sure that Americans are not sending money to an organization that is actually Hamas. And that's why you have to go through the proper channels to make sure that what you are donating to is legitimate. Yeah, everybody look up the Patriot Act and what that's all about.
Did you get the stuff that I sent you on Discord, Scammy?
No, let me check right now.
I'm Discord, Scammy.
No, let me check right now. I'm still stuck on that meat thing. I'm sorry. I'm still stuck on that meat thing with the date on it.
Yeah, that whole thing. I mean, as soon as I started watching that video, I was like, wow, they have some professional looking signs and labels, and like there was just so much. And the more and more and more I watched, the more and more questions that I had.
Okay, so here's the picture here. Yeah, this person here, her name is Kat. She's in Snark's boxes all the time. Totally like
she's encouraging all her people to donate to him as
right,
well.
right. Yeah, she's fangirling also over these two guys. She has two videos, one about Aboud's GoFundMe and another one about Bilal. Okay, so this is Aboud, Americans Against Injustice.
No, you have to open up the whole open up the whole screenshot, please, because you can't see the whole thing.
Okay.
No, the first one where it shows the picture of them in the car is kind of where it starts there.
Right, but I can't, when I open the whole thing up, I don't see that.
It shows there's an arrow pointing to the
Let me do
name.
this.
Yeah, there's an arrow pointing to the name.
Right.
Oh.
Right, that's the Americans Against Injustice.
No,
logo.
no. When you click on, no, it's pointing to the name of that Mahoud person there, Mahmoud Maruf.
Mahmoud Maruf.
Right. So you have to click on each of those, and like he posted that video.
I get it. Okay.
Or he tagged him in that video or something. And then
okay, so he like
if you go to the next. Yeah, and then if you go to the next.
This one here?
Maybe.
Or hold on a minute.
There's a GoFundMe. Okay, yeah.
So that's his friend.
Yeah.
Who has a GoFundMe.
Yeah.
Christina Keaton is organizing this one.
Yeah, and we've come across several GoFundMes organized by whoever that Christina Keaton person is, for individuals over there too. If you click on that screenshot of the TikTok account up there, you'll see Mahood's photo, and it links to that, his own GoFundMe there.
This one
Yeah,
here?
yeah, that one right there. It links to that GoFundMe is what you just opened there. That's his TikTok account.
Wow. I'm just read this. Let me open this up, okay? Americans Against Injustice, direct aid, real people, no CEOs, no ads, just justice, standing with Palestine through truth, action, transparency. Yeah, really? And video verified results. 5 missions completed. Americans Against Injustice, and he was the one who started this.
Abood did. Abood's name is on that account, and then if you, it's just screenshots that if you were to scroll down on that account, that's the next screen there, the very last one. Like, look at all the links on there. It's links to donate, and then it's links to all these different accounts that all also have all the donation stuff on it.
American fundraising, Pam. Clout chasing for a cause. You know what? It's like every corner you turn in this, it just opens up another. Every corner you turn in this, it's when you think you're getting a question answered, there's more questions.
Yeah, the more you come across and the more videos you watch, the more questions that come up. I'm going to send you something else here in just a second.
Wow. And they used Sassy Virgo's picture. It was a Florida man thing to get back at Monster. What? I don't know. I'm caught between two things here. Either Scammy Pammy is taking money from this, which is why she doesn't want to show the receipts. Because I guarantee you, if she is, obviously the numbers are not going to line up. Or number 2, she's being scammed and she doesn't even realize it.
So I sent you the link to Bilal's page, and again, there's like a very questionable, because I thought she said that Bilal was on the West Bank too, if I'm not mistaken, but he posted something recently making it seem like he was in danger. He's the one that posted the video with the pew pew sounds in the background. He has a lot of pictures with the fancy furniture and all of that, and some of them are recent. A lot of pictures with the fancy furniture and all of that, and some of them are recent, not from a long time ago. So there's a lot of questionable videos on his account as well.
Sorry about that. You should be able to hear me now.
Just more videos that create more questions.
Okay, so this is, let me open this up here. Okay, so this is Bilal's.
The caption.
A very busy day with those things everywhere. I don't hear anything.
Looks like he's just sitting in the dirt acting like he's... And look, he's like smiling and laughing there for a second. He doesn't look scared, but okay. With the plane. And she tagged me in that. And I was like, that looks like a plane that flew over my house an hour ago.
Guardians of Valor, are you still in here? Does that look like a military plane to you? Based on your expertise? No. I mean, it looks like a prop plane.
But like that's what I mean. There's things like this being posted that they're kind of like rage baiting, I guess. Or
It's not military. Hmm.
عزيزي المواطن عزيزي الفقير أمالك في بكرة بتنقص كتير بتنقص يوم ميلادك يوم ما للدنيا انت جيت اول علاقتي بك صوتك ما بيني وبينك حيط سمعت صوتك
Today Adam turned 3 years old and I couldn't bring him a birthday cake. Okay.
اول ما شفتك الدنيا
Now, okay. Didn't she say that his family was in dire straits, Bilal's?
yeah, I don't know the situation about Bilal exactly. She mainly talks about Abood, like at least recently. So I don't know where Bilal is living or the situation with his family.
Wow. Bombing, casualties, and a martyr were transferred near us as well.
Lit up the sky over Gaza tonight. People running.
This is the one that has the fake sound to it.
Yeah, why aren't these people running?
Yeah, it has fake sound. It has. If you click on the little icon at the very right with that little guy on it, like you can look at the original sound. And look how many times it's been used.
Oh my God.
8,000 posts. Look at all the posts that sound has been used on.
Oh my God. Oh, is that what that says? Does that say Al Jazeera?
They said it's an Al Jazeera video. Wow.
Wow.
It's the original video.
So he used fake sound on a video to make it sound like that they were under siege.
Yes.
But again, look it. If this was actually happening, would these people just be standing around and not like running for safety? My God. So tell me he's not a scammer. Oh, now we have the baby pictures again. Pictures of kids to feel bad for them.
خلي عندك ثقة قول يا رب قول يا رب
There's the expensive furniture.
This was from June.
Yeah. There's a whole bunch of all kinds of expensive furniture in very expensive looking houses or apartments or showrooms or whatever it is.
Now, didn't she say that his house was destroyed?
I don't know. I don't know his situation really. Maybe somebody knows more about the Bilal situation.
He seems very concerned about what's happening with his family right now while he's sitting in a really nice looking apartment with nice furniture. And this was June 16th also. Wow.
Look at the caption on this one.
Even the sea is sad. Everything has changed. Oh my God.
It's a trip to the beach.
Jesus. Destruction everywhere except his place. Annie, I'm going to tell you what. I think that I'm in two minds here. Okay, either she's being scammed and she doesn't realize it, and she's so freaking pompous and a know-it-all, and she didn't do her research, and she's just so afraid now to admit the fact that she is part of an organization that she's not sure if it's legit. So afraid now to admit she is part of it's legit, and somebody called her out, and she's part of this group that supposedly what is it, justice America, justice, I forgot the justice.
Americans Against Injustice.
Right, I think that's it. If she is a member of that group and she's collecting money, she should be able to easily tell everybody, this is how much I collected. I sent it to this person. He sent it to this person, and there would be a paper trail of the purchase of whatever they were purchasing. If you're not going to show that stuff, that is a huge red flag. And that's where I am with her. And the problem is this: she is mad because we're looking into this now. And we're probably finding out stuff that she didn't even know, which is making her more angry. Because just simple things tonight that she didn't know about, with the whole meat packaging thing and the dates on that, and it went to cancer patients, but they're in apartments. I mean, I just think that she was looking for a cause. She wanted to feel like she was in a, in a cause that was going to help people. I mean, she said herself, she can't go to rallies and all that because she's homebound. So she's sitting at home trying to do something to help people. And honestly, I don't think she did enough research, because just, a number of people have been sending me clips, sending scam clips of stuff that they've found online that just don't point to what she's saying. So,
Absolutely, I agree. I think that she really wanted something to, um, I think that maybe initially her intentions were good, and she did really want to help people. She came across these individuals and just kind of maybe jumped on that without really researching it. Got her emotions and her heart involved when she heard these, stories. Um, and yeah, and she just got in, just so deep now at this point. I think maybe a little part of her is starting to doubt what's going on here. I think part of her is thinking that maybe some of this is a scam, but I don't know. Time will tell if she really does realize this or not.
I just saw somebody in here say, check my my messages when I get off. I will. But again, there's just more questions now. There's just more questions.
I've already looked at a lot of these videos, but I'm going to be looking at more of them now that we've come across more accounts for them. And it's just really sad because if she could just show the receipts, we would be like, okay, all right, if she could prove, but she's just refusing to show receipts. She's refusing to answer questions. She's getting very defensive. She's getting very emotional. So it's, I don't know. It's just been like a roller coaster of stuff, and that's what happens when. So it's, I don't know. It's just been like a roll. That's what happens when. I don't know. It's just been like a roll. That's what happens when someone finds out they're being scammed. So that I don't know. The crying earlier today, she said it was because she felt like we were so vile and evil and all of that. But I think part of it is that she's maybe coming to terms with some of this. Again, time will tell. It's just a shame that she's been lashing out at you and lashing out at me, personally, and like just making stuff up, to try to bash us. And we have not done that. You know, we have been here just showing you proof of what we have found, and showing you things that have been red flags, showing you things that are suspicious, showing you things that do not match up. That one, you know, her story on the GoFundMe doesn't line up with what we're seeing on the videos and with other things that have been said. You know, we're just pointing out the discrepancies, and just doing that, she has lashed out. You know, she threatened Scammy. She's insulted both of us. Body shamed Scammy. Earlier today, they were saying that I had given money to Lisa Richard, which never happened.
That story goes around. I mean, how many times has that been brought up?
Yeah, yet nobody's
Just like
shown proof,
today,
because guess what? It never happened.
just like
I continue to tell everybody to not give money to anyone online. Not to anyone. And I have never done that.
and just like today, you
To
know,
anybody on TikTok.
Miss Sunshine was in the live because she's buddy with Snark also, and you know, again, what did she bring up? Well, I wonder why Scammy, you know, retired early. I wonder why really? We're gonna go through this
Because I
again?
could, because I wanted to and I could afford
Right,
to.
exactly. And I put in 30 years.
Yeah.
Miss Sunshine, obviously, since she's on TikTok, doesn't have a job, and she doesn't understand when you're in a career, and as a teacher especially, you can retire anytime you want. You can do
Because
early.
I mean, I retired early too. I retired early too because I could. I
Yeah.
wanted to. I mean,
But it's the stupid, you know. But
I retired early too because I could. I
yeah.
wanted to. I mean,
It's the stupid, you know. But this,
I
yeah.
wanted to. I mean,
But this has somebody. Florida man brought that up. Oh, well, I know why she retired early, and it had to do. You know what I mean? That's people bring these stories up when they got nothing else. They got nothing else that they can bring up about somebody because there's
absolutely.
nothing.
And
There's
they're just
nothing
saying a
on.
bunch of things with absolutely no proof. Just
Yeah.
like look, they're at least they're consistent because they're making all these allegations with no proof, just like they have no proof of where any of these monies went. Consistently
And
no proof.
you though, Snark, what brought attention to you from me is the fact that you were victim shaming. You were victim shaming 13 constantly. Every day you were bringing up her name and victim shaming and saying, if they're so afraid of him, why do they keep talking? Stupid, stupid things that come out of your mouth on a daily basis. You yourself, you talk about how you were a victim, Snark, of all these things through your childhood. And as I've always said, how would you have liked it if people said to you what you say to victims? But let's end with this clip that does not get old. This was Snark about 3 months ago.
Okay? There were women trying to tell their story for the past, I don't know, I'd say maybe 6-7 months, right? And because it was like so much information, it was just really hard to keep up with, right?
Right.
So when this last thing made it to my platform, accidentally, I might add, just because it did, I ended up having questions and opinions on it. And I did not like it that one of the women was being silenced. That's what got me here. But really, what all it took was for me to have one interaction with that man.
Florida man.
And to have that pit in who he was. I knew then that he was guilty of all the things that these women were trying to tell us. And I can't express my guilt over that, right?
Where's your guilt now?
Because I should have paid more attention. I should have given consideration because then maybe it wouldn't have happened to somebody else, right? Maybe I could have stopped it earlier. But I think more importantly, I was worried for the other women in the same community that I was in that possibly could end up having the same fate, right? And I didn't want it to happen to anybody else. It is real. It is abuse. It is like somewhat a sociopath. But I am not an open book, and I do not come here and share things about myself.
But
I
you
am
will.
not, I'm just not that kind of person. That's
But you
why I have
will.
a tea page, right? I just wanted to talk about the tea like you're doing, Missy. They give you shit about it, right? Because you just want to talk about the tea, okay? That's all I've ever wanted to do. But I've always gotten shit for it. But what this did was triggered a lot of abuse, right? A lot of abuse that I'm dealing with as a 53-year-old that happened in my childhood. I'm not 20, I'm not 30. I'm a woman of a certain number of miles having to deal with childhood abuse. And to be able to recognize that in that man scared me to death for every woman on here.
Mm-hmm.
So take it for the awareness that it is, honestly. Be aware, and just be aware that he's not the only one out there like that.
Can you give me some direction on a rabbit hole? Anybody?
So there you go.
Can I clarify that this was after I had a personal conversation with Snark, because she wanted me to tell her about all of the harassment and stalking that I had endured, because she hadn't really paid attention to any of that and didn't know the details. I told her about all of that. She acted as if she was sympathetic. She thought it was absolutely horrible. She said she wanted to give me and other victims advocate for us, and spread awareness about what Florida Man was doing to women on this app. And I don't know what happened to that. I mean, Florida Man, I guess, I don't know what happened to that. I mean, Florida Man, I guess, she talked about him a few times. He started going after her, and then she completely switched up. The person that she was referring to about being silenced was Skittles. She had conversations with myself, 13, and Skittles, possibly some other people as well. I'm not sure. But she had spoken to several of us and what we went through, and acted like she was going to be an advocate for us. And instead, look at how she's treating us now. And in fact, when he started harassing her, she reached back out to me for victims, switching from advocating to victims to blaming and shaming.
Yep.
It makes no sense to me at all.
Wow.
Well, and I did nothing to her but offered to help her when he did start coming after her for, advocating for us.
And, kind of carrying on this same topic here for a few minutes. Where is he? Where is he? I mean, if he didn't do it, why hasn't he been on? Why isn't he in boxes? Why aren't people, why isn't he going and talking about how he's innocent and, just all these women want me in jail?
I mean, he would be on the app every day. If he wasn't live, he most certainly was posting a million, horrible videos or AI stuff or songs or whatever, like whatever crazy stuff he decided to come up with. Yeah.
And I mean, Stan, based on a conversation you and I had last week, and we're not going to discuss what it was about, we know firsthand that he is on TikTok still.
Yes.
I mean, absolutely. And
Yes.
I know for a fact that he watches my lives,
Yes.
if you know what I mean. And I think you do.
Yep.
So it's just weird, you know? It's just weird that all of a sudden he's fallen off the face of the earth. But, you know, he didn't do anything wrong. I mean, there's still people that don't believe he did anything wrong. But yeah, getting back to Snark, you know, how she has this big knot in her chest or something, and now all of a sudden, you know, just as of last week, she's still chest or something, and now all of a sudden, you know, just as of last week, she's still blaming the victims. I'll tell you, she is. You know, I like to kind of try to figure out people, you know, based on what they do on this app, based on what they say, based on who they support, based on this and that. She's one I just don't understand. I don't understand her. You know, I've heard that she's had run-ins with a lot of creators on this app for various reasons, who is questioning somebody quite a bit named Missy, of wanting receipts for something, and Missy wouldn't show them, and she was ballistic. So, again, the hypocrisy runs wild over there. But listen, I'm going to get off here because I'm pooped. All the mods, as usual, you are awesome. Thank you so much for keeping it cutesy in the comments. Thank you to what's the gentleman's name? To Honor. Thank you to Guardians of Valor. All the people helping with looking at these videos. I mean, you know, this just goes to show you what I enjoy so much about, I like to call it our neighborhood over here. Okay? We have people that have expertise in all these things. And the fact that we have people with in-depth military knowledge that can look at a plane and tell you exactly why it's not a military plane. You know, there's people in here. There's the gentleman who has a passport that has Gaza and Israeli stamps on it. You know, we're just very lucky. We have a lot of very knowledgeable people. Snark doesn't think so. She thinks we're very stupid over here and we don't know anything that's going on. Thank you, Guardians. Good night to you, too. And Scam, I also definitely want to thank you. Thank you for bringing your screenshots to me. Thank you to the people that are sending them to Scam. This is such a group effort over here. You know what I mean? It's not just me doing anything. It's not Scam doing everything. It's not Tracy doing everything, because Tracy behind the scenes has been doing stuff. So many people have been doing things. And I'm not going to stop this. I'm not going to stop this until there's a decisive answer about what's going on here. And that can happen two ways. That can happen by Pam showing the receipts of where all the money's going and to show that it's legit, or we can just keep digging deeper and deeper and deeper. And that looks like what's going to happen. And that's not a threat. I'm just saying that even the information tonight on the videos we saw where he put pew pew sounds over a video, that's bullshit. And that's playing at heartstrings for money. And Pam, you support that. And I bet you didn't realize that was one of the videos, huh? And the whole thing with the meat thing, I bet you didn't realize the date on it was June of 2023. Unbelievable. But thank you, everybody, for coming in tonight. Appreciate it. Appreciate your support. Have a great night, and I'll see you sometime tomorrow. Bye-bye.